Alright, so we in here with Flo. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Thank you, brother, for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's the first interview for Cali TV
Yeah.
that we're in. Well, I'll let you tell us where we're at.
Currently, we are at 5 Star Productions. It's a studio out here in Atlanta.
Nice.
Definitely A-class studio. Definitely a good place to work out of.
Well, give the little fans a little background on yourself. Let them know where you from. Like, where's your origins?
Man, I'm from the motherland, born and raised in Kenya, East Africa.
Nice.
So that's where my beginnings are from.
Nice. Any brothers and sisters out that way?
No, man, I'm an only kid, man.
Oh.
I still got family out there.
So you're from Africa. What part of Africa you from?
Kenya.
Kenya.
Mhm.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Elaborate. What's Kenya like?
Kenya's on the east side of Africa. We actually have a coast, so we on the Indian Ocean. But it's a beautiful place, man. If you're into safaris, if you're into animals and shit like that,
Definitely.
you definitely want to come out. If you're into culture, there's a beautiful, just cultural scene out there.
So you grew up on the water?
No,
Or
I
is it-
didn't.
Oh, okay.
I grew up in the city of Nairobi, which is more central.
Oh, okay.
The city that's on the coastline, that's Mombasa.
Okay.
Mombasa is where the coastline is. Beautiful beaches, beautiful food,
Nice.
beautiful women.
So what's life like growing up out there in Kenya? And that's a whole nother land.
I think the world has this perception that these places are very different, or it's Africa, so it's
Definitely.
but that's just media perception. But like, it's the same. The kids are the same, schools are the same, places and things that we do are the same. It's just it's different in culture, it's in environment, but like
More family oriented.
yeah, it is. It's definitely a lot more family oriented. The family sticks together, the family builds. The name of the families is super important.
The community you grew up, you knew a lot of the people around you. It's like pretty solid community based.
It is, but I grew up as an only kid, so I found myself being alone a lot. I spent
Oh,
a lot
wow.
of time by myself. That's where I found my peace. That's where I was able to like create and just be myself even from a young age. So you know what I mean? I'm more introverted than I am an extrovert. How I ended up in this world where you got to be extremely extroverted, I don't know. But it's
Some of the most common people, they tune into the world, so they get more out of the world than the people that are, I guess what we say is we follow trends.
yeah.
You're more of a trendsetter, you know what I mean? So
I try.
try. Definitely, man, definitely.
I try.
What age did you leave Africa?
14.
14. What kind of like what grade is that for you out there? Where were you at?
That's what is that? 9th?
Ninth grade.
Right after 8th. Like so I did my first year of high school back home.
Now tell us about that. What was high school like in Africa, man? It's like, our viewers watching now, I'm sure they have thousands of questions knowing you grew up out there, went to high school. Like, that has to be a total different scene from United States, Atlanta, where we're at exactly.
I don't know what I could tell you the differences are, other than the learning mechanisms are slightly different.
Oh, okay.
But like I said before, man, kids are kids, so like...
Gangs out there?
Gangs?
Yeah, is it gangs, the popular crowds?
It's not as popularized as it is here.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, as far as popular crowds, yes, you have like the popular crowds, the popular girl crowds, the guys
yeah.
and shit like that. Then you have like the sports people.
Okay.
The same way you have the football players here, and
So
you
got
have
some
the,
jocks in high school and stuff like that.
the popular kids that were popular for sports.
So what were they doing? What was the kids, the in crowd doing? With high school, going to parties, smoking a little ganja, a little alcohol. What was it like?
Yeah, we used to like skip school. I remember when we finished 8th grade, a couple of my friends and I, we put this thing together and we all went out that night. I think it had to be maybe like 15 of us, all from the same class. And we all snuck out of our homes in the middle of the night, and we were just going like to everybody's home and picking them up in cabs. So we had like 2 cabs just filled with people, man. Like this.
So what were y'all doing, man? Just picking up folks?
Yeah, but we went out though. We went to the club and shit. And
okay.
We had to be like 13, 12.
And they let y'all in. I mean, I'm sure the club scene's got to be way different in Africa than out here.
It's definitely different, man.
Okay.
But you know, they're
You?
not as strict. I will say that they will let you in.
Oh, I was just gonna ask that. So how was that going in? A cab full of high school kids pulling up to the club. This is what 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Yes.
Somewhere around
yes,
there.
man.
And y'all got it, no problem, huh?
No problem, man. I mean, you might have to, you know, give the guy at the door a little something for his troubles, you know. But
Grease his palms real quick.
huh?
I said grease his palms real quick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he'll let you in. You could buy alcohol. We had a good time. I was in that bitch till like 5 in the morning.
Man, sounds
That's
fun.
another thing. They don't close nothing down. You, as long as there's people in there, they keeping it open.
Really?
They don't stop serving alcohol.
Oh,
the
man.
party keeps going. Yeah. And we were doing this at like 12, 13.
Anybody get caught? Anybody get in trouble?
I'm pretty sure
Somebody's parents noticed.
I got in trouble.
Did you?
Yeah, they didn't know what I did, but like I didn't go home for the weekend, so like.
Oh, you stayed out.
Yeah, where have you been? And you know, and this is like back then. I don't have a cell phone, so she can't call me and find out what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I just pull up like on a Sunday afternoon, like, where have you been since Friday?
So where you staying this time with friends and just bouncing around?
Yeah, like in friends, like if they have like a guest house in the back that the parents like don't really go to a lot. Or like, yeah, we just gonna stay back there. Or
nice.
You know.
Different environment. Then we fast forward and we end up in the United States. Where's how did you get this way? You got to tell us. Africa to the U.S.
Yeah, man. So after high school, I did my first year of high school back home, and came out here, had my student visa, and did my finished. Well, I ended up not finishing high school, but I continued my high school here.
Okay.
I ended up dropping out in
As
my
we all
senior
did.
year. Senior year, man, dropped out. But, you know, ended up going back to school, getting the GED and all that good stuff, you know, but...
Yeah, I had to go through that, through life before I went to the service. Same deal.
Yeah. You know, life happened, things happened.
Yep.
Family, you know, so it was necessary at the time.
Like I said earlier, I think folks, we trendsetters, so, you know, we don't have to... We got a different vision, you know. We don't see school as the end goal. We don't see... one job is being our career. We see, you know, we want to be the boss. We want to be the owner. We want to be jacks of all trades, as they say. You know, learn a little bit of everything.
For sure.
So you get out here. Where'd you land at? What state and city?
Plane landed in D.C., but then I quickly went to Florida.
Oh man, you didn't like D.C. area?
Nah, I mean I wasn't staying there and there. That's just my point of entry.
Okay, got you.
You know.
Okay, got you.
But I was gonna go to Florida anyway, which was Orlando. Florida.
You had some family out there or something? Did some research?
I had a cousin out there that was already living out there, so it was an easy transition. I had, you know, somebody that I knew.
So what do you do when you landed in Orlando? First time to the United States. Is this place scary? Is this place cakewalk to you? Like, you know?
I had traveled, you know, to a couple places in Europe as a kid and stuff like that a couple of times. You know, so like Germany, France, Amsterdam.
Got you.
So you know, I was familiar with what this would be like. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh shit, brand new type of environment.
You are actually part German, huh? You got a little German in your blood, right?
Yeah. My dad's German. My mom's African.
Nice.
It's just I grew up in Africa with my mom. That's the environment that I grew up in, so that's where I relate the most. But yes, my dad. I went up there maybe once with him.
Oh, okay, cool. So, yeah. What part do you remember of the area of Germany?
Ah, man, I was so young.
Yeah, a long time ago, right?
Fuck, I can't remember.
So back to Florida, and we land in Orlando. It's like, I know that when you came here, you get into high school, like that whole vibe here in high school had to be totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How did that work?
It was a lot easier though, you know. School in Africa is strict, you know.
Really?
And it's all about like the education and being, you know, really focused on your education and into the books. So coming out here, it was really a breeze. You know what I mean? Like if you think about it, like think about all the like great minds that come to America, like from India, from Africa. You always get these like brilliant kids like just coming over.
Yeah.
It's because of like how we were raised, like from jump, like school is not a breeze like it is here. So when I came here, you know, it was a pretty much a breeze as far as school went.
Gotcha.
I just had to adjust to the culture, to the people. People couldn't understand me at first because of my accent. So like then
So you had a heavy accent from home?
yeah.
Because
You know,
we don't pick up on it now. You know, I think if someone met you now, I don't think they would their guesses that you're from Kenya. You know what I mean?
come on, Cat. You've known me long enough to hear it every now and then.
I've known you though, but
Right,
let's
right.
take a person off the street.
Yeah, somebody who hasn't been around me long enough, they probably won't pick up on it.
Do
But,
you
like,
speak a dialect from Africa?
I speak Swahili.
Swahili. Are you
Yes.
still very fluent in it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See,
Yeah.
we would never have guessed it. But hey, what other language have you
That's
picked
my
up?
first language.
Okay,
Swahili. Yeah.
got you. What I know learning those different dialects you pick up on different languages. Is there any other language that you could communicate with?
I used to speak German when I was younger. When I was around people that I could speak.
Sprachen die Deutsch, huh?
And klein
Yeah,
yeah. I know you lived in Germany.
Yeah, I
for a while.
lived in Bavaria. Bavaria, I was lucky in the service, but yeah, learned a little bit.
So I spoke that, but I ended up losing majority of that as I got older. I speak a
Gotcha.
little bit still. You know.
Order yourself a beer or something, get your schnitzel going through
Yeah,
there.
I can, you know, the basic,
Yeah.
basic stuff.
So yeah, we're in Florida. We're going to high school, and it's a breeze, man. What about the kids and the in crowd? You know, we our kids out here are a little different. You know, a little bit more wilder. We're not family oriented. You know, how was that?
It was cool, man. You know,
Relating to
you
kids.
just have to find your tribe, find your
Gotcha.
people. You know what I mean? You know, you find whose energy you resonate with, and that's who becomes your crowd. You know what I mean?
So what do you do in Orlando, man? You out of high school, you're on the scene, you're not quite in the music yet. Like, what's going on in the young flow?
Yeah. So after dropping out of high school, I got into art a lot.
Art, okay.
Yeah. So
Drawing, painting, like
painting.
nice.
Painting on clothing specifically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
T-shirts or
like, t-shirts, hoodies, jackets.
Nice,
You know,
nice.
pants, whatever like I was inspired to do at the time. But
okay.
I was around a lot of other artists, you know, so that kind of like
Soaking it up,
cultivated,
teaching you.
yeah, cultivated the inspiration in me, like to start doing art.
And
So
that leads to what?
That leads to so many other things, man. I get into event promotion and club
Nice.
photography and stuff. It really started with photography. We just wanted to get into the clubs free and hang out with girls
Okay.
and party for free, pretty much. So we're like, yeah.
The typical teenage,
Yeah.
you know, college student things. You know, you do your little
Pretty much.
drugs, you drink a little bit, party,
Yeah,
pass out on someone else's house, wake up the next day, man.
Exactly, man. You're just having a good time. And then it turned into more serious, like, event promotion and club. And